only way to do that is to push the button on there, and I'm not pushing the button. You would have just went back if no one can hear me, Daddy. Don't worry, okay? He has a problem with his microphone.
I see it.
It's getting bigger.
What's getting bigger?
Okay.
No, it's still a 2. It's going to be breaking up now. It's going to fall down into a 1 any minute.
I wish I could hear him, but I can't. Alright, I'm gonna let him know that I can't hear him. I can't hear you on the live stream. You heard that? He's probably like, again, that's the guy with the stutter. Look at his glasses. You should get glasses like that.
Yeah, a little big.
Shoot the cuffs. Bam! Yeah, shows you were big time, baby.
White Boy Rick.
On Friday.
Alright, I can hear
A
you.
slow motion across portions of
I can
eastern and central South Carolina is forecast Friday night through Saturday night. Doppler radar data indicate that maximum sustained winds have decreased to near 100 miles per hour with higher gusts. Little change in strength is expected before the eye of Florence reaches the coast, with slow weakening expected after the center moves inland or meanders near the coast. More significant weakening is forecast on Saturday as Florence moves farther inland over central South Carolina. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 80 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 195 miles. A NOAA reporting station at Cape Lookout, North Carolina, recently reported a sustained wind of 68 miles per hour and a gust to 85 miles per hour. The estimated minimum central pressure is 955 millibars. A tropical storm warning is in effect for the following counties in North Carolina: Chatham, Franklin, Nash, and Wake. A tropical storm warning remains in effect for the following counties in North Carolina: Cumberland, Edgecombe, Harnett, Hoke, Johnson, Lee, Moore, Richmond, Scotland, and Wilson. Hurricane Florence to bring life-threatening flooding to portions of central North Carolina.
Alright guys, this is a very, very, very
Dangerous
dangerous
Hurricane
storm.
Florence will approach the Carolina coast
So
today and tonight and then move across the coast early Friday. The storm will drift slowly inland over far southeastern North Carolina and eastern South Carolina on Friday and continue westward just over South Carolina through the weekend. The primary concern is for a prolonged period of extreme rainfall, particularly across the Sand Hills and southern portions of the Piedmont and Coastal Plain. Amounts of 15 to 20 possible, with localized amounts in excess of 20 inches. This rainfall will likely lead to devastating and life-threatening flash flooding and prolonged river flooding across the lower News, Black, and Cape Fear River basins. In addition, strong and potentially damaging winds are expected to arrive in the southern coastal plain this afternoon.
Alright, just remember this guy's very strong, very strong storm. I'll be live for a long time, so.
Damage to trees and power lines, resulting in numerous power outages and sporadic damage to weak or poorly built structures. Finally, there is a potential for isolated weak tornadoes.
If you have any questions, just type it in the chat and I'll try to answer as many as possible.
Eastern Sand Hills. At this point, plans should already be in place, and preparations should be rushed by this afternoon, as weather conditions will deteriorate from the east during the afternoon and evening. This is NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards, station WXL58, operating on frequency 162.55 MHz. In Raleigh, and is transmitted from an antenna located on the UNCTV tower near Chapel Hill. The station serves the northeast Piedmont of North Carolina. The current time is 6:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here is the latest weather synopsis. Hurricane Florence will approach the coast of the Carolinas later today, then move near or over the coast of southern North Carolina and northern South Carolina tonight and Friday. A slow and erratic motion over eastern South Carolina will follow for Friday night and Saturday. Here is the latest national weather
Here are all
forecast
live
for Raleigh and
updates. I
vicinity.
will be keeping the stream up. I may not talk, but I'll try answering as many questions as possible, like I said. Just bear with me for the times that I'm not. Thank you very much.
Locally heavy rainfall possible after midnight. Windy with lows in the lower 70s. Northeast winds 20 to 30 miles. 90%.
Also, I'd like to advise you all, the hurricane, it has strengthened again by 5 miles an hour, and it's predicted 13-foot storm surge, like I've been saying, as well as making landfall possibly later tonight or early tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll make landfall as a Category 1. That tends to happen a lot. So we're going to be hoping for that. But for now, it's making landfall as a Category 2. Thank you.
Saturday, showers. Locally heavy rainfall possible. Windy with highs in the upper 70s. East winds 25 to
Also, again, if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to let me know.
Chance of rain near 100%. Saturday night, showers. Locally heavy rainfall possible. Windy with lows in the lower 70s. East winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour in the evening. Chance of rain near 100%. Sunday, showers. Locally heavy rainfall possible. Highs in the lower 80s. Chance of rain 90%.
This is my YouTube. This is my live YouTube channel.
Showers, mainly in the evening. Lows in the lower 70s. Chance of rain 80%. Monday, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of showers. Highs in the upper 80s. Monday night, showers likely. Lows in the lower 70s. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a chance of thunderstorms. Showers likely, mainly in the morning.
I would also appreciate a follow. As much
Chance of
help.
rain 60%. Tuesday night, a chance of thunderstorms in the evening. Mostly clear with a chance of showers. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday.
Again, this is a 24-hour stream.
Highs in the upper 80s.
What you're seeing right now,
Chance
you'll
of
be
rain 30%.
seeing for a pretty long
Wednesday night,
time.
mostly clear with a chance of showers. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain. The northeast Piedmont. At the Raleigh-Durham Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature
Clint,
was
how you
78
doing?
degrees, the dew point 74, and the relative humidity 87%. The wind was north at 12 miles an hour, gusting to 23. The pressure was 29.96 inches and falling. At Burlington, it was
If you
partly
have any
sunny.
questions, just don't hesitate to let me know in the chat.
The dew point 72, and the relative humidity 76%. The wind was north at 13 miles an hour, gusting to 22. The pressure was 30.01 inches and falling. Elsewhere across the state this hour, at Asheville, it was fair, with a temperature of 83. At Charlotte, it was partly sunny, with a temperature of 85. At Greensboro, it was cloudy, with a temperature of 79. In Roxborough, light rain was falling, with a temperature of 75. At Lillington, it was cloudy, with a temperature of 81. At Lewisburg, light rain was falling, with a temperature of 75. At Fayetteville, it was partly sunny, with a temperature of 83. At the Rocky Mount Wilson Airport, it was partly...
I'll be switching different channels throughout the stream, so if you see a black screen, just don't worry. I'm working on that. Sorry about that, by the way. I just want to say I hope everyone stays safe during the storm. Alright? I really do.
It was partly sunny with a temperature of 83.
Alright,
At the Rocky
here,
Mount Wilson Airport, it was partly...
back on.
It was partly sunny with a temperature of 83. At the Rocky Mount Wilson Airport, it was partly...
Having a lot of problems right now. Sorry. Alright, anyone who's on, let me know if you have any questions while I try to fix this bug. Alright, anyone who's on, let me know if you have any questions while I try to fix this bug.
But now,
Alright, anyone who's on, let me know if you have any questions while I try to fix this bug.
it's crazy. Okay, the problem is, okay, if you know how, if you not paying attention to this hurricane, if it was on the beach, on, jogging, you know, like Northern Ellis, you will, possibly, if you have a call, if you see, have auto tow them, don't drunk.
We'll put armor paint on her face like I'm doing a part-time band.
Which means, which means, I mean, possible, I mean, change, motion, I mean, you know, can.
A flash flood warning has been issued for Jefferson County in Alabama. It expires at 7 p.m.
Sorry about this again, guys. Please stand by. Sorry about this again, guys. Please stand by. I also would like to say all the channel rules. Number 1 is respect the channel and members. Number 2, no discriminating towards religion, sexual preference, race, or and number 3 is no bullying, harassing, fighting, arguing, or threatening. And also 4, no drama at all, no drama. And number 3 is no bullying, harassing, fighting, arguing, or threatening. And 5 is no advertisement. 6 is no spamming or trolling. Thank you. Anyone, please share this with your friends. This is very important information. Anyone, please share this with your friends. This is very important information. I apologize again about this. I'm fixing it right now. I apologize again about this. I'm fixing it right now. Okay, I think I have the problem. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna be going, you can see my display in a second. Alright, sorry, I do apologize again. I'll try to make this not happen anymore. Alright, we are
windy with lows in the
back
lower
on.
70s. East winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour in the evening. Chance of rain near 100%. Sunday, showers. Locally heavy rainfall possible. Highs in the lower 80s. Chance of rain 90%. Sunday night, cloudy. Showers, mainly in the evening. Lows in the lower 70s. Chance of rain.
Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the chat box.
Highs in the upper 80s.
Also, if you'd like to, you can join a Zello channel that me and my buddy created.
Tuesday, mostly sunny with a chance of thunderstorms.
The channel name is
Showers likely, mainly in the morning.
exactly hurricane space Florence dot update dot.
Wednesday night, a chance of
Alright?
thunderstorms
Or
in the evening.
you can reach us at weather dot space channel.
Lows in the upper
That would
60s.
be the best. That would be the best one to reach us at. Thank you.
Wednesday, sunny with a chance of showers. Highs in the upper 80s. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a chance of showers. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 30%. Thursday, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid 80s. Here are the 6 p.m. observations for the Northeast Piedmont. At the Raleigh-Durham Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature was 78 degrees, the dew point 74, and the relative humidity 87%. The wind was north at 12 miles an hour, gusting to 23. The pressure was 29.96 inches and falling. At Burlington, it was
Hey Clint, how you
the
doing?
temperature was 80 degrees. The
Thanks for
dew point
joining.
72, and the relative humidity 76%. The wind was north at 13 miles an hour, gusting to 22. The pressure was 30.01 inches and falling. Elsewhere across the state this hour, at Asheville, it was fair with a temperature
Yeah,
of
as I'm
89.
watching it, it was previously like an hour ago. It was at 100-mile-an-hour winds, and it seemed to have changed to 105 mile-an-hour winds. So that's not looking good for the Carolinas. I hope that changes soon. Alright, we are having some technical difficulties right now, but we should be on in about a couple seconds.
Do you have expert program software called XSplit? That's what I'm on. Also, I have OBS also too.
What was that question?
Hey, do you have XSplit?
I have OBS. I believe that was your question.
Me too. I have OBS. I have XSplit. XSplit's more better, to be honest. And I mean, OBS too. I have that too.
Alright, yeah, I haven't tried out XSplit yet, but I'll check into it for the next hurricane.
Hey, watch this.
What should I watch on the live stream?
Watch this.
Alright, I'll see you. Hey, I saw you talking on the live stream. Were you talking to me? Because I didn't get any notification.
Just on my live stream, I have my radar like that.
Yeah, I'm watching your radar right now. I'm watching the same thing on my computer too as well. Honestly, want someone stop this train. The winds keep changing. I wonder what it's going to be when it makes landfall, because it was just at 105, now it's at 100.
But I mean, how you know? How you know it might get so bad in the next, you know?
What's the quality like on my live stream? I'm having trouble looking at it.
Portions of eastern and central South Carolina is forecast Friday per hour with higher gusts. Little change. Here is a special message from the National Weather Service for the following counties in North Carolina: Alamance, Chatham, Durham, Franklin, Orange, Randolph, and Wake. Flash flood watch remains ineffective through Sunday evening. The flash flood watch continues for a portion of central North Carolina, including
Hey, I think your live stream's a little off in time. I don't think it's live, because mine says 105 and mine says live as well. Check into that.
Forsyth, Franklin, Guilford.
Is it live or is it a little behind? Because we have a couple viewers watching. I don't want them to get the wrong idea.
Lasting through the weekend. Here is the latest advisory information from the National Hurricane Center, issued at 4:33 p.m. At 5 p.m., data from NOAA Doppler weather radars indicate that this
When I was live
center
right now, when I my output
33.7 north, longitude 76.2 west. Florence is moving toward the west-northwest near 5 miles per hour, and this over the coast of southern North Carolina and northeastern South Carolina in the hurricane warning area on Friday. A slow motion across portions of eastern and central South Carolina is forecast Friday night through Saturday night. Doppler radar data indicate that maximum.
Alright guys, this is not looking good, this hurricane. If anyone here is listening from the Carolinas or Virginia, seek cover as soon as possible, because you guys are going to be under curfew. It depends on what county you're in. Most counties are from sundown to sunset, so if you haven't already evacuated now, it might be too late, so just look into that. What kind of computer do you have? Because mine keeps lagging.
Its forecast on Saturday as Florence moves farther inland over central South.
Guys, turn down your volume. What you had earlier, it was fine. You shouldn't have changed the sound. Again, if you guys are watching this at home, evacuate immediately. Evacuate now. This is a major storm. You guys have to act fast, and if you haven't already evacuated, it might be too late. Carolina's already starting to get some very, very, very strong winds and rains. Around New Bern and Wilmington, Jacksonville. You guys better be in a shelter right now, or you have a good house in your basement, anything like that. Stay safe, guys. Everyone's praying for you.
National Weather Service forecast for
Je fuis l'alcoolisme, cela n'empêche pas que j'agonise, mais attention à ce que je pense et ce que je dis, ce que je tiens et ce que je vis, soit c'est le père, ou bien le fils, soit le R, ou bien la petite, jusque la night,
Alright, I think the storm is kicking in, having problems with the live stream.
thunderstorms in the evening. Showers. Locally heavy rainfall possible.
Hey, friend, do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do that?
Do I know how to do what?
There's a hurricane pistol I suppose put up right here. There's a hurricane pistol I suppose of.
Yeah, I know how to do that. Thanks, though.
Thank you.
Guys, this is 100% live. You shouldn't have any more interruptions. Thank you.
from earlier today around lunchtime, and then live pictures now.
Alright, what is that about?
Earlier today around lunchtime, and then live pictures now.
What is that about? Alright, it's working now. I don't know what's going on, guys. There should not be any interruptions on this. I apologize. Should not be any interruptions on this. I apologize. Should not be any interruptions on this. I apologize. Yep, how's it looking out there?
3-4, do you copy? It's pretty windy out here. It's just breezing. It's like a little breeze now. It ain't that windy no more.
Yep, how's it looking out there?
3-4, do you copy?
Alright, that's good to hear.
I'm at my aunt's house. It's like a little breeze.
Are you near the beach?
Okay, how long is you gonna be on the walkie all night tonight? About 3 hours away.
Alright, then you're not getting like the hard stuff. I'm live right now with some live webcams from the beach, and it's looking pretty bad. There's like some 20-foot waves that have been spotted. Also, on top of that, break. I'm live right now with some live webcams from the beach, and it's looking pretty bad. There's like some 20-foot waves that have been spotted. Also, on top of that, break. I'm live right now with some live webcams from the beach. I'm not 100% sure how long I'll be on, but the live stream will be on 24/7. But I might not talk on the live stream until I am back on. So I'm not 100% sure how long I'll be on, but the live stream will be on 24/7. But I might not talk on the live stream.
Do you copy? Are you okay? 3-4, are you okay? How's it looking at the beach?
Not looking that good. I sent you a link of the YouTube live stream I'm doing right now. You can check the live cameras there. Not looking that good. I sent you a link of the YouTube live stream I'm doing right now. You can check the live cameras there.
This has been really moving north to south throughout the day today because those winds have been out of the north. But tomorrow, winds will be out of the south. So we think that water will reverse direction and we would be looking at a worsening surge problem around the Wilmington area. Now, the surge up to 6 feet expected. And you're thinking, OK, well, that's manageable. But also heavy rain will come with this. So we could actually see a combination of surge flooding and freshwater flooding from the rainfall. That water's not going to have anywhere to go. So we think flooding will be the main threat, but power outages as well, and there will be some wind damage likely. Mike Bettis, we're anticipating some problems like this to head your way in South Carolina.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. It's just a matter of time now. Things have already gotten very rainy for us right now, and the squall lines will eventually increase in intensity until we get the big rain shield that comes over us, and wind will accompany all that. And as...
Oh, it's looking pretty good. Let me know when you get to the live stream.
I'm here already.
Managers here saying, remember, crews won't be able to get out there, clear debris, start even working on restoring power until the conditions allow them to, meaning the winds have to come down significantly. But maybe one of the most deadly things that we could see is storm surge. Our Dr. Greg Postel explained what storm surge is and how it could be coming our way with Florence.
Storm surge is often the deadliest part of a hurricane. Let me show you what that looks like, starting with a 1 to 3 foot water rise above normally dry ground. Now, this might not sound like much, but remember, this is flowing water being pushed by the wind. We know that 1 to 3 foot of storm surge can knock you off your feet, stall out cars, and even carry cars away. It is too late to evacuate when the water rises to this level. But let's go above that. Let's go 3 to 6 feet, for example. Very large objects can be carried in this kind of flowing water. They can act as battering rams and enhance the damage. But let's go even above that. 9 feet of storm surge. This kind of storm surge is not survivable unless you move to the higher floors of whatever structure you happen to be in. So please follow the advice of the local officials and evacuate as ordered when a hurricane moves in.
Thank you so much, Dr. Postel, and what an amazing way to look at something that is so scary and so life-threatening. And we've got water and wind to deal with. We've got hurricane conditions now arriving on shore. Cape Lookout, sustained winds, hurricane force, gust even higher than that, with the arrival of...
And if I don't talk, then probably sleeping, because
tropical storm and hurricane force winds blowing onto land here in eastern North Carolina. We've had already reports of storm surge, and those storm surge warnings go down into South Carolina, storm surge watch south of there. So if you're in South Carolina and you just saw that depiction of what storm surge can do, that still applies to you. That still could happen. You still need to stay evacuated as emergency managers have told you to do so. We will be back in just a moment, continued coverage from the field, and I'll be here to tell you about what could happen inland with Hurricane Florence.
we're looking at the Morehead City area. The palm trees getting whipped around by the wind, and our Paul Goodlow was taking a real beating today in the Morehead City area thanks to the strong winds there. And speaking of strong winds, now getting reports of sustained hurricane force winds on land. Cape Lookout, North Carolina, reporting sustained hurricane force winds and gusts well over 90 miles per hour. So the strong winds are making it onshore. Here around Wilmington, we have seen those winds gusting close to 50 miles an hour. Now, as we get into the late evening and overnight and through the day tomorrow, those winds could gust as high as 75 miles an hour or greater. So we've already got some power outages here in the city of Wilmington, and we think those numbers will be going up. Just one of the threats from Florence, a very slow-moving and very large storm. So I don't want you to get caught with the, well, it's only a Category 2. The size of this and the slow motion means that we'll be dealing with prolonged effects in communities like Wilmington. So in addition to the winds, which will stay at tropical storm force, gusting over 50 miles an hour all the way through Saturday. So between now and Saturday, we'll be up against that. And then we've got the rainfall to talk about. We will see rain in excess of 2 feet, most likely. Surge up to 6 feet possible, and so that combination could really cause problems. Also a severe danger. We'll watch for isolated tornadoes here in eastern North Carolina. Want to send back to the studio now with Mark Elliott for more.
Yeah, Alex, the impacts continue to increase. Want to go through some of the reports that have started to come in and go through some of the ongoing risks for the rest of this evening. A very slow-moving storm, as you can see by this radar picture now. It looks like that forward motion continues to slow. Yet we do have some reports coming in. All these icons on the map, different storm reports that have come in, including a smattering that I'll show you now, including the Neuse River that has crossed East Front Street at South Front Street in New Bern. So that flooding along the rivers system continues to increase. Winds of 64 gusting to 77 at Harker's Island, and down the coast a bit right in here, ocean overwash now reported on North Topsail Beach. That trend continuing to increase as well. How about power outages? We're looking at North Carolina in particular. The Florida stuff not associated with Florence. That was some thunderstorm activity that brought some power issues there. But in North Carolina, Carteret above 51,000, Craven above 11,000 customers with outages. And we do have a smattering of outages largely in extreme northeastern here, South Carolina as well. So power outages continue to increase. Then for the rest of this evening, we also have a tornado watch, eastern North Carolina tornado watch until 9 o'clock. And I would expect this to continue to increase again with these bands, these individual cells moving through, plus the bands themselves. Mike, there is a built-in shear when that happens. Of course, the winds aloft stay strong. At the surface, they slow down, and you get that kind of built-in possibility for tornadoes for the rest of the night.
Yep. It's scary. It's just one other factor we have to consider when we're talking about landfalling tropical systems. It's a danger. There's no question about that. Here in Myrtle Beach, we had a quick squall line that came through. Our first band, really, Florence, that we've seen here in Myrtle Beach. Dropped maybe a quick 500ths or maybe a tenth of an inch of rain on us, and that was about it. But the really heavy stuff is going to come in overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow. It will rain all day long tomorrow, and the winds will increase when those rain bands come in as well. And I want to show you something here right at the boardwalk. You know, we've got an arcade that's right here, and they've got these big glass garage doors that come up and down. You come right into the boardwalk, into the arcade from the boardwalk. But there's nothing protecting these windows, right? What they did is they put if you can see them here, they put the vending machines inside right up against the doors here. And that may prevent something from flying in and something, you know, going into the arcade. But ideally what you'd want to do here is cover up the exterior here so that the doors are protected and the windows are protected, because these are really thick windows and big expensive garage doors. That's an expensive repair if you got to replace some windows in that, or if the garage itself, you know, comes off the track or gets bent or broken in any way. It's an expensive repair. So, you know, plywood's relatively cheap considering how much a window replacement or a garage door replacement could be. As far as what we're going to see here in Myrtle Beach, through the day tomorrow, winds pick up, and they pick up pretty significantly with wind gusts 75+ miles per hour, likely coming in late tomorrow, lasting through Saturday. Also consider, we're looking for a lot of wind that's going to potentially knock down trees and potentially knock out power. Be prepared for lengthy power outages. The rain could be epic. Foot to a foot and a half. It's going to flood everything here. And then storm surge as the eye goes south of us, that could potentially produce flooding that goes along with it. Dr. Nab, I think about the Waccamaw River, I think about the intercoastal that could fill up with rainwater. I think about storm surge that could come in probably Saturday into Sunday. Could the two meet and you put Myrtle Beach, which is in essence an island, completely underwater?
Yeah, so many ways that anticipation of catastrophic flooding could really pan out. And there's so much going on the coast and inland right now. It's really starting to be quite noticeable that we've got a hurricane not making landfall with its center, but certainly causing trouble. We've had reports of down power lines in Richlands, north of Jacksonville, and then the sustained winds of hurricane force on Cape Lookout. That's within 70 to 75 miles that the hurricane force winds extend to the north. So that jog to the right recently has brought that into reality. And winds of tropical storm force, look how far inland they could extend. So it's going to be a wind and a water event, coastal and inland, and it is just beginning. How long could it last? We'll let you know. And look at this live view of what's happening with water and wind as North Carolina braces for the worst.
In the area that continues to have a tornado watch through the rest of the evening, we have a new tornado warning to tell you about. But first, the general zone, because many more of you will see tornado warnings. I do want to tell you that that risk is there in eastern North Carolina through the rest of the night. Goes until 9 o'clock, but I would expect a larger tornado watch area to come out after that. Here's one of those main bands coming in through Morehead City, and within there, we have seen this very heavy precipitation. Embedded within this is a little bit of built-in circulation, and I do mean a little bit. We're going to look at the motion of the raindrops now, and I'm going to step this back for you just a tad. Here's 740, and the area that they were watching was right in here, very small, and this whole complex is moving close to 65 miles per hour. So from there, jump to here in theory, very kind of brief spin-up, weak, fast-moving type tornadoes, which is exactly what the doctor ordered when it comes to a tropical type tornado. If we're going to have a circulation in there still, here's some of the timing for you near Great Neck right about now, all the way over towards Havelock by the top of the hour. So this is, again, moving very quickly off to the south end along the coastline there, close to 65 miles per hour. Mike, over to you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mark. It's one of the risks we're going to run with this landfalling system is going to be, or maybe even doesn't make landfall, right? It doesn't really matter. Once you get that interaction with the coastline there, you get this friction and shear that creates an opportunity for severe weather and even tornadoes. So just one more thing we have to worry about. Here in Myrtle Beach, we've got coverage for you in Wilmington, North Carolina with Alex Wilson. We're covering what you need to know about Florence and the impacts that we'll see here along the Carolina coastlines, including heavy rain and causing some flooding, including high winds causing downed trees and power lines, and significant power outages are a possibility, as well as the storm surge. We're seeing a lot of onshore flow in North Carolina today and really getting hammered in multiple different places from say Cape Lookout all the way down towards around Wrightsville Beach. All these areas are really getting hammered right now, and we'll eventually get that here in Myrtle Beach. We've had more of an offshore flow today, so the Atlantic Ocean here has been quite calm. We just had our first outer band of Florence hit us about 15 minutes ago. There could be some breaks in that. Then eventually we think the entire rain shield comes our way, anticipating 12 to 18 inches of rain here in Myrtle Beach. As of right now, we've got more than 50 shelters open in South Carolina alone. They can house thousands upon thousands of people. We've got about 2,000 in shelters in Horry County, where we are right here, and 6 shelters being operated by the Red Cross in this county alone. You can get on their app, the South Carolina Emergency Management app, and it'll locate shelters for you if indeed you need to get to one. But we've been waiting the newest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Our hurricane expert, Dr. Rick Knabb, bringing us the latest. Dr. Knabb.
Yeah, Mike, we are awaiting that intermediate public advisory. I don't expect a significant change in the maximum sustained winds. It's possible that the advisory will convey a forward motion that's even slower than before. And that is what is really troubling about this system, along with its large size. I mean, any Category 2 hurricane is bad news. It's even worse when it's large, and it's even worse when it's barely moving. And that is really what has happened now, just as it's arriving into the coastal areas. And so the devastating flooding event that we've been talking about that is likely to occur is beginning. And here's an area of concern as one example of what is about to come for many, many other folks. Flash flood warnings in effect till 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Craven, Jones, Pamlico counties. This includes the New Bern area. But of course, the New Bern area is upriver from the Sound and could be getting storm surge flooding as well. So this is a time where if you are in that location, you've got a shelter in place and go to the highest level in your structure possible, because streams and creeks are expected to come out of their banks. You can call 911. Hopefully something would be able to be done about that. But this is a really, really dangerous situation. Catastrophic flash flooding is expected. Highest total southeast North Carolina, like we're seeing, northeast South Carolina, a river event afterward, and then the flood threat will go inland, Alex. It is beginning, and some of that is coming your way tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, we're really preparing for what's yet to come here in the city of Wilmington. This really just the beginning of Florence. It's going to be a long duration event as it's a slow mover, and there's going to be a few threats, but the one that we think is most significant here in Wilmington will be that risk of flooding. And unfortunately, we heard from the chairman and the county commissioner. We unfortunately had lives lost during the flooding event from Hurricane Matthew not even 2 years ago. So on the minds of people, but unfortunately we know what water can do, and we know how much is likely to come here in the city of Wilmington, expecting 2 feet plus here in Wilmington. That's a lot of rain in a short period of time. That's just too much for any location to handle. So that, in addition to surge up to 6 feet here in Wilmington along the Cape Fear River, and then, of course, the winds. Power outages already adding up. More coverage continues after this.
many of the impacts we'll feel.
Look at it.
But that's a sign of rising waters, and in many places that's going to be a combination of salt water and fresh water.
How's everything looking? Look on the Weather Channel. There's a new advisory on Hurricane Florence that we should be a little worried about. Have a look on that.
Water. And in many places that's going to be a combination of salt water and fresh water. Water.
I apologize 100% on this. We're doing as much as we can to fix this problem. How's it looking? Do you copy? Do you copy?
Water and fresh water. View, and this is in New Bern, okay, so this is at Union Point, okay, and this is looking to the southwest, and you're already seeing the river covering what would normally.
Alright, we got some really bad floods in North Carolina. I'm trying to get the exact location that it's flooding. It's getting bad.
Southwest, and you're already seeing the river covering what would normally be dry ground. Okay, so the rivers have.
It's probably on the outside of some green combination of rain ants, combination of.
Hello, do you copy? Is everything all right? West Virginia. There is. Alright, so that's something they have to be 100% advised about. It's very important. This storm is very strong. So just keep a lookout on what's going on right now. Thank y'all for that information. I'll have a look on that. Alright, right now I'm getting in contact with some users I have down in Myrtle Beach, checking out. I think power's gone out so far because I'm not getting in touch with any of them. I think power's gone out so far because I'm not getting in touch with any of them. Just stay advised on this channel. We'll be on 24 hours. Just stay advised on this channel. We'll be on 24 hours.
Do you copy? Do you copy? Hello, do you copy? Is everything all right?
Hello, do you copy? At the moment, I have